At the start of his journey, Ronald Reed's occupation as a janitor might have seemed ordinary, with little indication of immense fortune that he would eventually amass. His income was far from extravagant, making it all the more astonishing that he accumulated a wealth of nearly $8 million by the time he passed away. This achievement did not stem from a stroke of luck, such as a sizable lottery win or inheritance from wealthy relatives. What happened between these 2 points to cause such a meteoric rise? Underlying the answer to this question is a success strategy for life that we can all use. Having served in various countries abroad during World War II, Reed eventually returned to his beloved hometown of Brattleboro, Vermont. Over the next 25 years, he found himself in a low-earning position as a service attendant at a gas station owned by his brother. Eventually, Reed embraced retirement, but the lack of structure and monotony that often accompanies this stage of life prompted him to return to work. He took on the role of a janitor at a JCPenney store until his second retirement in 1997. Remarkably, Reed's second retirement spanned nearly 20 years, only concluding when he passed away at the impressive age of 92. To the astonishment of his community, he left the majority of his wealth to the local hospital and library upon his demise. His close friends and family were particularly taken aback by the substantial size of his estate, unaware of the hidden riches that he had amassed. How did Reed manage to accumulate such wealth despite his lifelong engagement in low-paying jobs? When Reed passed away, he left behind a massive stack of stock certificates. He was all about the long game, never intending to trade his stocks. Nowadays, most folks can easily buy and sell investments using their phones, right from the comfort of their own homes. It's definitely convenient, no doubt about it. But there's something special about the old school approach Reed took. He kept those stock certificates safe and sound in a bank safety deposit box. So whenever he wanted to sell a stock, he had to physically go to the bank, grab the certificates, and then trek across the town to his investment account's office to make the sale happen. Man, that extra effort really puts a damper on the routine of buying and selling, you know? And that's actually a good thing, for a couple of reasons. First off, it makes you think twice before making a purchase. You're not going to jump into buying a stock or fund on a whim. The whole process is just too tedious for that. You'll carefully consider your options and make a purchase with a long-term mindset. Secondly, it dramatically reduces the chances of panic selling. When unloading a stock is more difficult, you're less likely to freak out and sell everything when things get uncertain. Reed knew the deal, and his approach to investing had some serious benefits. Investing for the long haul can truly pave the way for incredible wealth. Thanks to the power of compound interest, your investments can snowball and pick up speed as time goes on. Warren Buffett, the investing maestro, is a shining example of this. He started dabbling in stocks at the ripe age of 11, and at 91 years young, he's enjoyed a whopping 80 years of compound interest doing this magic for him. Here's a mind-boggling illustration of how compound interest works. Imagine having a penny that doubles in value every day for 30 days. Sounds tempting, right? Well, by the end of those 30 days, that penny would have grown into a staggering $5.3 million. Now compare that to a straight up $1 million. The penny wins by a landslide. But here's the kicker. If we shorten the doubling time to just 27 days, you'd end up with only around $671,000. The bulk of the growth happens in those last 3 days. That's why they say it's crucial to start investing as early as possible. When you take care of your health and plan for the long life, time becomes your best buddy on the road to riches. Sure, most of us won't be clocking in until our 90s like Warren Buffett, but guess what? Reed didn't even begin his investing journey until he hit the age of 38. It's never too late to start building your financial empire. Reed had a smart approach to buying companies. He didn't fall for the latest hype or trends of the time. Instead, he focused on owning reliable, dividend-paying blue-chip companies like Procter & Gamble, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Johnson & Johnson. These were established, well-known companies that were known for their stability rather than rapid growth. To ensure a well-rounded portfolio, Reed diversified his investments across approximately 100 different stocks. This diversification strategy spread his risk across various sectors and prevented him from putting all his eggs in one basket. It's an important tactic because it reduces the chances of losing everything if one particular market segment falters or experiences a significant downturn. Remember, the key to successful diversification is to avoid what acclaimed investor Peter Lynch calls diversifying. This means expanding into lower quality investments just for the sake of spreading things out. Reed focused on maintaining quality and stability in his portfolio, rather than chasing risky ventures just to inflate the numbers. It's no surprise that Reed was known for his extreme frugality, considering his friends and family had no clue about the extent of his wealth. He opted for older, reliable economy cars that were both cost-effective to maintain and fuel-efficient. His wardrobe was far from impressive, to the point where he even had a meal paid for at a restaurant due to his unassuming appearance. While Reed's level of frugality may seem extreme, there's an important lesson to be learned from his approach. Instead of wasting money on random, meaningless purchases that provide little value or happiness, it's crucial to prioritize spending on things or experiences that truly matter to you. In a sense, Reed was fortunate because his passion for investing brought him genuine joy and fulfillment. So, take a page from Reed's book and consider the value and impact of your expenses. By focusing on what truly brings you happiness and avoiding unnecessary expenditures, you can make wiser financial decisions and potentially build your own path to wealth and contentment. When it comes to investing in individual stocks, there's always a level of risk involved, especially if you're uncertain about choosing high-quality companies. Reed made some smart investment choices that helped him amass great wealth, but it's important to note that his strategy also carried risks, as he had some unfortunate investments like the Lehman Brothers. A fantastic alternative to handpicking individual stocks is to invest in ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, which allow you to purchase a diversified basket of stocks in one go. This approach is more practical for everyday investors who aim to build wealth with lower risk and without the need for extensive research. One popular option is an S&P 500 ETF, such as Vanguard's VOO. This ETF provides returns that closely track the overall market, historically averaging a solid 10% annual return since its inception. For those seeking a more aggressive approach, there are ETFs like Vanguard's VUG. These funds are designed to be higher risk and higher reward, offering potentially greater returns over the longer term. However, it's important to remember that they may also be volatile compared to the S&P 500 fund. Reed's long investment career of approximately 55 years allowed him to build his substantial portfolio with relative ease. But how much would you need to invest to reach an account size of his magnitude? Let's use $10 million as an inflation-adjusted equivalent of Reed's $8 million. For the sake of this example, let's assume you start with nothing and invest $2,300 per month, adjusting your contributions for annual inflation and earning an average rate of return of 10% over a 55-year period. After 55 years, you would have about $10.1 million, adjusted for a 4% inflation rate. Alternatively, if you were able to receive a 12% annual rate of return, you'd only need to invest about $1,100 per month with inflation adjustments to earn the same amount. This demonstrates that almost anyone can accumulate wealth given enough time in the market. Compound interest plays a significant role in accelerating your investments, and selecting quality investments that you don't plan on buying or selling frequently is another key strategy to consider. You don't have to possess exceptional stock picking skills to achieve financial success. Each individual who earns an average rate of return can accomplish what Reed did. Click on this video to learn why you're investing your money wrong and what you need to do instead.